Artem was standing in the middle of his new apartment. She was too cheap, too big, and too silent. The old high ceilings hid in the thick shade, and the air smelled of dust and something sweet, like overripe fruit that had begun to rot. He placed the last box on the parquet floor, which creaked under the weight as if someone had sighed painfully under the floor. Time seemed to have stopped in this house, waiting for a new resident. While disassembling things, Artem moved the heavy oak cabinet left over from the previous owners. Behind her, he saw a strange spot on the wallpaper. It was dark, moist, and slowly pulsating, as if somewhere deep behind the concrete, a big, tired heart was beating. He ran his finger over the pattern of flowers, and he thought the paper was warm to the touch and soft like human skin. There was a knock at the door. It was Nina, the neighbor from the apartment opposite. Her hands were shaking and her eyes were red with insomnia. She did not cross the threshold, only clung to the door so tightly that her knuckles turned white. "Don't listen to them," she whispered, looking back at the empty corridor. "If they start calling your name, just cover your ears and don't look at the walls." Before Artem could ask anything, Nina recoiled sharply. Something invisible in the darkness of her own hallway pulled her back. The door of her apartment slammed with such a roar that silt fell from Artem's ceiling. He was left alone in the corridor, feeling a cold draft crawl under his shirt, tickling his spine with icy fingers. Artem could not sleep that night. The rustling started around 2 o'clock. It was not a mouse scraping. It was the sound of dry skin rubbing against a stone. The sound of voices whispering thousands of words at the same time, merging into a monotonous hum. He looked at the ceiling and saw how the Venus patterns on the wallpaper became voluminous, protruding above his bed like the veins on a tense neck. Unable to stand it, he grabbed the kitchen knife and went to the wet spot behind the cupboard. He wanted to know if there was a fungus or some old mold. Artem picked up the edge of the paper and tore it on himself. Instead of bricks, he saw something pale pink and damp. There was no wall under the wallpaper. There were rows of human teeth tightly packed, shaking finely in a manger made of living flesh. "Artem!" A voice rang out directly from the wall. It was the voice of his mother, who